Hello everyone, welcome to Her Voice. Today we need to talk about something which is very serious. The way the United Nations and the West treat Africa and the hypocrisy that's been going on for decades and decades. And even in this age, they are still using the same playbook. Recently, we know about Caro Flora, I can't pronounce her last name. She is the UN resident coordinator in Burkina Faso that was expelled by Captain Ibrahim Traore. She was declared persona non grata after a UN report on children and armed conflict accusing the Burkinabe government of recruiting children as soldiers. This report, however, is lacking evidence. There are no pictures in this report to show the children that were in combat. We just have to take their word for it. Why the double standard? Why is it lacking evidence? They say they want to protect the children. I don't think you're protecting the children because you can blur out the children's faces. If you see a child in that kind of situation, you take a picture right away, you post it, you blur out the child's face. But no, there are no evidence and we have to believe them. This is not just an isolated case. This is what has been going on for ages when it comes to Africa or when it comes to the global south. The hypocrisy of the UN, it's so outrageous. Let's talk facts right now. There is a war going on in Ukraine. In that war, we have seen pictures, videos, evidence of children under the age of 18 in uniform fighting Russia. Those videos are online. Those videos are on TikTok. They're on social media. The children are holding weapons. Some are trying to flee, not to fight, and they are being captured by the military because they have to fight. We see teenagers fighting. Yet, the UN has no problem with that. There have never been an investigation into it. There's no report on it. But when it comes to Africa, every report is loud. Every report is made public. Every report is damaging. The UN is going to publish a report without even contacting the government to verify if it's true or it's false. No. And then the media is going to amplify it, make it bigger. Oh my goodness. Destroy the image of Africa. Look at those barbarians. They don't even have value for their children. We no longer want that kind of representation. If that's how the UN has to represent us, please, the UN should leave Africa. Why the double standard? Why is it that evidence is found in one country, posted everywhere, and there's no report? But in another country, there is no evidence. There is nothing, but then there's a damaging report, an amplified report made to damage the government of Burkina Faso. Why that double standard, I keep on asking? Also, there was a situation in Italy where children were being forced to produce luxury bags for the wealthy. There are videos, there are evidence of those children in the warehouses producing these bags. And yet, there was no UN report. But when it comes to Africa, when it comes to the global south, oh no, there have to be a UN report. Oh no, these people are barbaric. Also, when we talk about child labor, I have a problem with that because what the West considers child labor and what is considered child labor in Africa are totally different. We always have to go back to context. We have to go back to the culture. A child carrying water for their family, carrying firewood for their family, it's considered child labor. We all see the pictures. It's considered child labor. But in Africa, we don't consider that child labor. We consider it helping out in the household that you're growing. Going to the farm is considered child labor for some people, but it's not considered child labor in Africa. Cleaning your surroundings is not considered child labor. We know how the Western world is. Their children are just supposed to grow up being fed. They cannot contribute anything into the house because that is considered child labor. No, that is not the African way. That is not the African value. Western definition should not be put upon Africa. If you want to have a fair definition of something, you have to go and look at each and everybody's culture and come out with a term. We have a situation where in the West, they will say, no, getting married at the age of 16, it's wrong. But I bet you, in the West itself, their children get married at the age of 16. But when it comes to Africa, no, it's a taboo. They blackmail us. They make it look at this a negative thing. Why they are doing the same thing? We have all those religious cults in the West, especially the Kingston family clan. We have all of them. We have videos on Netflix. Getting married to young children at the age of 13. Where is the UN report on that? Is that not also discrimination against children? Where is the report? I'm asking the UN. Why haven't you made that public? No. But when it comes to Africa, no. You're supposed to have a report on every single thing. Forgetting the context. Forgetting the value of the people. Child labor. Anything that has to do with a child or children in Africa is treated harshly. Unlike in other Western cultures where they allow pedophiles into their countries in and out, in Africa, if we even think you are somebody that does that kind of thing, it's automatic death. By the time the police is coming, you have been beaten to stupor because it's not something that we consider. It's not our value. It's not our culture. It's a disease that the people take it out. They don't even wait for the government officials. So for you to put that kind of condemnation on a government and tarnish the image of a country without any form of evidence, it's wrong. And it's double standard. And it's not tolerated again in Africa. Take that hypocrisy back to who created you. Because it's not a United Nation, it's a Western nation. So go and deal with your people. Burkina Faso is fighting terrorism. These terrorists are not their people. They are terrorists that were created and funded by a whole lot of people who are making noise right now. And these people are fighting that. It's not a civil war that they're fighting each other that you think, children can easily get into it. No, they're fighting outsiders. Unlike in Ukraine when they're fighting a war that, to be sincere, I don't know why they are fighting that war. But yet, one has evidence of child labor, child soldiers. Another one has no evidence at all. But the UN, in their glorious form, post a report. This report was between 2022 to 2024. In under 2 years, there's a full-blown report. The Ukraine war through child soldiers have been going on for years. There is no report. In Italy, children are designing handbags for the rich and wealthy in warehouses since 2013. There is no report. Why the double standard? Who are you people fooling? Who are you people trying to blackmail? We are no longer there. Africa has moved on. Every country needs to kick the UN out of their nation. The UN is not welcome in Africa. If this is the way you want to keep on blackmailing and tarnishing the images of Africans, then you are not welcome. That narrative of tarnishing Africans' image needs to stop. It needs to really stop. Africans are taking control of their own narrative. You will not get up and tell us that there's child labor going on in Burkina Faso. You bring no evidence to support that child labor, but yet we see a lot of evidence supporting child labor in another Western country, and you don't even have the courage to write a report about it. We will not accept it. You are no longer welcome. If you love my channel, if you love the way I present it, please like and subscribe, and we see you next time.